Farmers in northern Indiana are experiencing floods in their fields due to recent heavy rains, and conditions have become so severe that public officials are taking action. Earlier this week, Governor Mike Pence and Representative Todd Rokita took a tour of farms in Jasper and Cass counties to survey the damage.
First and foremost, it's very important for me as governor to come out and see this damage firsthand. I've been receiving reports over the last several weeks from our Department of Agriculture about the magnitude of the flooding's impact on agriculture, but to be out here, to be seeing it as I've traveled the state over the last 2 weeks to see the impacts has really been very significant and very important for me in terms of making sure our administration is focused on this issue. You know, when you get 17 inches of rain in a state and you have as many waterways as we have in Indiana, our first thought about flooding is about families, it's about communities being compromised by rising floodwaters. But to have seen and witnessed again today the impact on Indiana agriculture in the hundreds of millions of dollars in impacts affecting Hoosier families in farming and affecting all of the businesses that rely on and depend on a vibrant agricultural economy is step one, really important. Number two is our administration is working very closely with our farm service agencies locally to collect what are known as producer reports, to learn precisely what the extent of the damage is on a county-by-county basis, and then once we complete that evaluation, to make a determination whether or not there's been a 30% or more crop loss in that area, which would make it possible for us to reasonably pursue federal disaster assistance. We just learned today that the crop losses might be more than $740 million, and from what I've seen, I'm not surprised by that. Seeing is believing. And to drive across this state and to witness the number of fields that have been flooded or compromised by 17 inches of downpour across the northern half of the state, it seems to me to be it's not very surprising that we're really looking at a historic amount of damage to Indiana agriculture, and that's why we're moving so urgently to address it. My message is urgency. That we've got a lot of anxiety among farmers all across this state who've been witnessing standing water in their fields for much of the last 3 weeks, and I want folks to know that we are evaluating that aggressively, and that we will pursue those determinations as quickly and professionally as possible, and where appropriate, we'll make disaster declarations and then work with our partners in Washington, D.C. to identify the resources and the support that's there for farmers in Indiana for times just like this.
What we're seeing down here is something that, as we talk to all the other farmers around here, something we've not ever seen before. This is by far, I think, the most devastation that we've ever had in southern Cass County. We've had some events, but nothing that's lasted the whole month like this has. And the total amount of rain at 17 to 20 inches is something else. And it just seems like it kept coming on a daily basis. And some of these areas that you're seeing out here, and I can take you to several other spots in the county that look pretty similar to what you're viewing out here now. We've not had the rain. It's been underwater the whole entire month.